So, generative AI. It's not some far-off future thing anymore. It has landed right now in UK classrooms, and honestly, it's moving so fast it can feel both exciting and, yeah, a little bit overwhelming. This technology is here, and it's already changing how educators work. So let's get into what all this really means for our schools.
I mean, just think about it. We're talking about technology that can whip up a lesson plan in seconds, create customized resources for different ability levels, and even give really specific feedback on student work. The potential here to slash workloads and give teachers more time back is, well, it's huge.
Okay, but with all that power comes the big question, right? The one that every school leader, teacher, and parent is asking. With all this amazing potential, how do we make absolutely sure it's being used safely and responsibly with our kids? That's really the core challenge we're going to unpack here. To even begin to answer that, we've got to be on the same page. We need to be crystal clear on what we're actually talking about. So let's quickly break down what generative AI is based on the official UK government guidance. So the official definition is, a bit of a mouthful. But what it really means is it's technology that creates brand new stuff like text, pictures, or even computer code by learning from just massive, massive amounts of data it's been trained on. And you've definitely heard of the big players here. ChatGPT, Microsoft's Copilot, Google's Gemini, they're all perfect examples of this. So what can they actually do? Well, the list is pretty long. They can answer really complex questions, they can draft whole essays, they can make an image from just a few words, and they can even create audio or video. But the key thing, the thing that makes them so powerful, is that they respond in a way that feels incredibly human. And that's both their greatest strength and, you'll see, a big part of the challenge. And that brings us right to the central conflict of AI in our schools. It really is a double-edged sword. On one side, you have this incredible promise, and on the other, some pretty significant peril. Let's look at this dilemma head-on. And here it is, laid bare. The promise? A huge reduction in workload, which frees up teachers to do what they do best, teach. And it offers the potential for truly personalized learning for every student. But then you look at the other side, the peril. You've got the risk of content that's just plain wrong or biased or even unsafe, not to mention the legal headache of intellectual property. It's a real balancing act.
Let's focus on the opportunities for a second, because for educators, these could be a total game changer. Imagine using AI to instantly create differentiated resources, or to plan entire chunks of the curriculum, or to just automate all those tedious admin tasks. The goal here is simple: work smarter, not harder, and make a bigger impact.
But, and it's a big but, we have to be really clear-eyed about the risks. AI can hallucinate. That's the techie term for it, basically just making stuff up and stating it as fact. It can be biased, because it learns from the biases already out there on the internet. Its training data probably isn't specific to the UK curriculum. And, let's be honest, in the wrong hands, it can be used to create very convincing scams or even give instructions for dangerous things. These are serious, serious risks. So, given that tricky balance, what's the official take? Well, for now, the government's position is pretty clear. The safest bet is on teacher-facing uses. Using AI to help staff with planning and admin has way more immediate benefits and a lot fewer risks than putting these powerful and sometimes unpredictable tools directly into the hands of students. Right, that leads us to the most important part of this whole thing. If we're going to use AI, how do we actually do it safely? Let's go through the official rules of the road for our schools and colleges. Okay, so the guidance really boils down to 3 core non-negotiable responsibilities. Number 1, student safety is everything. Any use has to be supervised and fit within your existing safeguarding policies. Number 2, protect personal data. The rule of thumb is simple: just don't put it in, ever. And number 3, respect copyright. You can't just feed students' original work into an AI model to train it without getting their explicit permission first. So what does that actually look like in practice? Well, schools absolutely must stick to the age restrictions on these tools. They've got to consult the main Keeping Children Safe in Education guidance. Any tools you do use should have proper filtering and monitoring in place. Students always need to be supervised when they're using them. And this is a big one: you've got to take a fresh look at your existing policies, like your homework policy, now that AI is in the picture. But here it is, the golden rule that trumps everything else. An AI is just a tool. A human professional, a teacher, always has to use their critical judgment to check every single thing it produces for accuracy and appropriateness. The buck always stops with the human in the room. So with all these rules and risks, you might be thinking, how on earth does a school actually make this work?
Well, research is pointing to a surprisingly human solution for this very technological challenge: the rise of the AI champion. And don't just take my word for it. This is a key finding from Ofsted's own research into schools that are already diving in. It's not about buying fancy software. It's about empowering people. The report says, and I'm quoting here, AI champions are playing a crucial role in creating a buzz around AI and supporting staff. That right there is the secret sauce.
So, what is an AI champion's mission exactly? Well, it's about being that go-to person who creates positive energy, not fear. They're there to support colleagues who might be a bit hesitant. They're the ones who show everyone else what safe, ethical, and responsible use actually looks like. They also act as a kind of translator for school leaders, helping them navigate this new world. All with that ultimate goal of using AI smartly to cut down on that critical teacher workload.
Which brings us to our final and honestly most important point. This is not about a robot takeover of the classroom, not at all. It's about building a system that is AI-powered, yes, but is fundamentally always human-led.
This quote from the official government paper says it all, really. AI tools can make some tasks quicker and easier, for sure, but what they cannot do is replace the judgment and the deep subject knowledge that only a human expert, a teacher, brings to the table.
So here's the bottom line. After all the talk about efficiency, risk, and policy, what matters most is this. Technology must never, ever be allowed to replace the invaluable relationship between a teacher and their students. That connection is, and it always will be, the true heart of education.
And that just leaves us with one final thought. The safe, effective, and human-first adoption of this technology isn't just going to happen by itself. It has to be led by people. So the question to take away is this. In your school, who is going to step up and be the AI champion?